There is a massive difference between a player who occasionally talks trash and a generational superstar who fully embraces the role of the league's apex predator. For years, the WNBA establishment tried to pressure Caitlin Clark into submission through technical fouls, controversial flagrant upgrades, and a hostile media narrative, believing it would force her to stay quiet, apologize, and defer to veterans. Instead, after dismantling the Golden State Valkyries, Clark delivered one of the most defiant post-game press conferences of her career, staring directly into the cameras and making it clear she is not backing down, not apologizing, and completely comfortable embracing the villain role if necessary. The moment shattered the narrative that the tension with Tiffany and the Valkyries would make her retreat, as Clark calmly dismantled criticism surrounding her trash talk, rejected misleading defensive narratives pushed by the media, and exposed lingering uncertainty within the coaching staff itself, highlighted by Stephanie White's revealing comments. The performance and press conference together sent a loud message to the rest of the league. Caitlin Clark is no longer trying to fit into the WNBA establishment. She is forcing the league to adjust to her.
Oh, no way. Oh, it just makes sense for the refs tonight, so I'm not surprised. Wow, I could have got ejected. I should have been a little safer in the second half. Okay, well, guess I have some fines coming my way. And a flagrant. Wow. Well, the refs were interesting, but I'm not going to say anything else because obviously I got probably $1,000 worth of fines coming my way, but I was just trying to get the rebound and I didn't know I got a technical foul, but thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it.
After the game, the press conference opened with a question about Caitlin Clark and her heated altercation with Janelle Salon that resulted in a technical foul, and Clark responded with complete disbelief and zero concern, casually saying, "Oh, did I get a technical? Oh, no way," before smirking that the call just makes sense for the refs tonight. Instead of offering a polished apology or backing down, she openly joked that league fines were probably coming anyway and treated the entire disciplinary situation like an afterthought, projecting the confidence of a superstar untouched by criticism or punishment. When asked about the trash talk and the fiery moments during the game, including drilling a deep logo 3 over Tiffany and telling her to step up, Clark didn't retreat from the intensity at all. She embraced it completely, reinforcing the sense that she thrives in the chaos, feeds off confrontation, and views the pressure, the technicals, and the league scrutiny as meaningless compared to the impact she's having on the court and across the sport.
Yeah, I think that's just being a competitor. And that's what's fun. That's what I love about it. And I think that's what gets the crowd into it too and gets my teammates hyped up. And I think there's times I can probably find a little bit better of a balance because doing all that is a little bit exhausting too. But I just love the game. I love being out there and I love those moments and getting the crowd hype. And
instead of running from the villain narrative, Caitlin Clark fully embraced it, making it clear that the intensity and hostility surrounding her are exactly what fuel both her competitive fire and the league's growing popularity. Clark openly admitted that the emotional, high-pressure moments are what's fun about basketball, arguing that fans are drawn to raw, unfiltered competition rather than a quiet, overly polished product. She emphasized how that energy electrifies crowds and motivates her teammates, showing that she thrives under pressure rather than shrinking from it. But beyond addressing the emotional side of the narrative, Clark also used the press conference to challenge what she viewed as misleading mainstream media analysis about her defensive abilities, pushing back against critics who continue to underestimate the impact she brings on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think Steph's really challenged me on the defensive end, and I think there's probably definitely a narrative of me not being a great defender, but I can guard. I'm long, I know angles, and I can get my hands.
For over a year, analysts and veteran players have pushed the narrative that Caitlin Clark is a defensive liability, but she completely shut that criticism down against the Golden State Valkyries. The Valkyries repeatedly targeted her with isolation plays at the top of the key, hoping to exploit a mismatch. Yet Clark confidently responded afterward by pointing out that she is long, understands angles, and knows how to use her hands effectively on defense. She also explained that opponents attack her primarily to wear her down because she handles the ball under full court pressure on nearly every possession. But even with that exhausting workload, she consistently stayed in front of defenders, forced difficult contested shots, and erased the advantage the Valkyries believed they had. While Clark locked down the perimeter, Aaliyah Boston dominated inside the paint, giving the Valkyries problems on every level of the floor.
Getting down low, trying to roll out hard, and then guards taking great expected shots, and I was just right there to rebound. Thank you.
Aaliyah Boston dominated the glass with a staggering 16 rebounds, later crediting her positioning and the guards for taking the right shots during the press conference. But the chemistry between Boston and Caitlin Clark is rapidly evolving into something that looks terrifyingly close to championship level. When Clark is drawing double teams from 30 feet beyond the arcade, while Boston physically controls the paint and overpowers defenders under the rim, the Indiana Fever offense starts to feel mathematically impossible to defend. Yet, even amid the elite execution from the players, the same press conference exposed a glaring weakness that cannot be ignored. The coaching staff appears completely unprepared to maximize the full potential of this roster.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Were you worried at all that she would have been ejected?
I didn't know that she got a technical either. So, I guess they announced it, but nobody told us. So, I thought the officials would have told us, but.
Group to close the third quarter.
Later in the press conference, a reporter asked head coach Tiffany White about the technical foul that Caitlin Clark apparently didn't even realize she had received at halftime. And White's response exposed a massive communication breakdown inside the Indiana Fever organization. White admitted that neither she nor the coaching staff knew Clark had been assessed a technical, meaning the franchise star was unknowingly playing a heated, emotional game while sitting just one mistake away from automatic ejection after already carrying a flagrant foul. In a high-pressure matchup, that kind of oversight is more than a simple mistake. It reflects a serious failure from the sideline to protect its best player. Yet despite the chaos, Clark continued to dominate under pressure, shutting down criticism, surviving relentless physical play, and responding with fearless confidence that has completely changed the energy around the WNBA. Attempts to intimidate her have only fueled her intensity, and every game is making it clearer that opponents, critics, and even parts of the basketball establishment are struggling to find answers for the impact she is having on the league.